So what's going on with these? The RTX 4080 Supers, because they were launched at $1,000 MSRP, but you can't find any at $1,000. So are we heading to another scalping thing? What's going on? Let's take a look and figure out what's going on. So there's no sponsor for this video, but if you do want to reach out to me and actually want me to reply to you, there is a special way how you can reach out to me at 100% response rate from me. That is through the app called Minnect. So I'm going to leave the link in the description below, but basically it's a very clever app that you can get answer to any of your questions and you can reach out to me. So if you do want some PC build feedback or any questions that you might have that you definitely want me to answer, then you can reach out through Minnect. I'll leave the link in the description below if you want to find that out there. So here's the situation. If you're looking at Nvidia's homepage, you can see that the 40 series, have come out, and super fast, super powered 4080 Super. So there's 3 supers that have come out, 4080 Super. So the whole idea for the 4080 Super was to actually launch the 4080 Super at a lower price point at slightly better performance than the 4080. Well, marginal performance increase, but really the main point for this is to really just cut the cost of this so that it is more affordable, because the 4080 was really overpriced at the competition, because Nvidia's 7900 XTX is going a lot less than this. So as you can see, it says starting at $999, and if we go to all buying options, you can see that Nvidia's own card, the previous one, is out of stock, and our new Super is out of stock as well. So you can see that's not on there. Then you can see the MSI 4080 Ventus Super. Wait a second, this is the non-Super. Let me take the 4080 out. So now we have only Supers here, okay? So Asus TUF One, I have this one on here. Well, actually, this is the OC version. That one there is not the OC version. So if you click buy now, let's go to Best Buy, and I'll also go to B&H. If we go to B&H, you can see waiting list only, and this was launched at 31st, about a week ago when I'm filming this video, and when we're going to Best Buy, sold out again. Are we saying that all of the 4080 Supers have been sold out everywhere? Now, I've done this with all of these cards pretty much, like just checked, okay, what's going on and can we find them in stock? And if we're looking at Best Buy, for example, 4080 Super in here, you can see nothing is in stock in here. Like literally not a single 4080 Super is in stock at Best Buy. Like just can't buy it. It's not available, right? If we're looking at the 4070 Ti Super, you can see that, let me see, 4070 Ti Super. You can see there's plenty of these in stock. As you can see, Ti Super, you can get this one, PNY one here is actually $799. So that's the MSRP card there, as you can see. So plenty of these in stock. If we're going to Newegg, you can see the similar thing. 4080 Super, just literally nothing is in stock. Can we just take a pause and look at this one? MSI, you are going the right direction. Please keep making GPUs like that. That is absolutely gorgeous. MSI's own kind of Founders Edition. They realize that people like the Founders Edition cards. Yes, please. Oh my word, that is beautiful. But as you can see, not available. This product is temporarily out of stock because of high demand. There's no chance that they sold all of the 4080 Supers out within a week. I don't know, this is insane. And if we look at it here in the UK stock as well, so we've got Scan here, there is 2 versions available here. Well, actually, now one is going to pre-order. Just 10-15 minutes before making this video, checking this, you were able to buy the PNY one as well. But this one is available in 3D. Let's refresh this page. No, still. So this one is in stock. If we are looking at eBuyer, absolutely nothing in stock. And if we're looking at eBay, 4080 Super, as you can see, there's loads of them available, but at much higher price point. Look at that. 1200, 1600, 1400, 1500. That's 50% above MSRP, this card here. That's insane. RVG Games. Looks like this guy is selling quite a few. This guy here, 522 ratings. Look at that, 1200, 1500. So they're a lot more than the MSRP. And if we're going to Amazon here, 4070 Ti Super, as you can see, plenty of stock in there. Even Prime, if you wanted to get to this MSI Gaming X Slim version here. Look, 870, you're able to get that. Asus TUF, Zotac available, Gigabyte, all sorts, and they're all available, right? 4080 Super, look at these price points. Almost 1400 something here, but generally there is no 4080 Supers. I mean, this Strix Super is $1,700. That's a ridiculous price point. So this is sold by THG Tech, and that one deal outlet online. So looks like these are all third-party sellers who are selling these, not Zotac themselves. So why is this happening then? Are we having another GPU shortage? Are we having a lot of scalping again because eBay is full of these, but none of the retailers are selling anything? What's going on? So firstly, I can see the comments on my 4080 Super review, and I can see people are upset because, you know, we were promised $1,000 4080 Super, and maybe, you know, some of the OC cards go above that, like the Extreme Amp Aero from the Zotac or the TUF one, we're getting, you know, maybe $100, $150 above MSRP, but still a little bit lower than the 4080 non-super. But now, after the launch, about a week later, and we're seeing nothing in stock except a much higher price point, that just makes people angry, and I absolutely understand that. Now, I reached out to my contacts and said, what is going on? And there's a few reasons why this might be. Now, firstly, I'm very skeptical, and I think Nvidia could be playing the role here as well. I mean, why aren't there any Nvidia 4080 Supers in stock? I don't know. Nvidia might want to still actually sell them, or there is a possibility that if Nvidia doesn't sell their own cards or MSRP cards, or even AIBs, if they don't sell their MSRP cards, then they can rank up the pricing of the OC cards, because as you can see, the MSRP cards are all sold out. So the OC cards like this one, or the Zotac one there, or Gigabyte MSI, all of the other ones as well, the OC cards will be sold at pretty much the same price point as the previous 4080 overpriced models, which means that the situation kind of hasn't changed. So you can kind of do a fake launch, or this might look like what this is, a fake launch, and then, oh yeah, there's some available, and then let's, I don't know, a few thousand cards, or I don't know how many, sell some options on the lower MSRP price point, and then rank up the pricing, and everyone thinks, oh my goodness, this is selling out, so people buy them regardless, right? So that's one option that might be happening. Second option is that we are actually going into another scalping area. So this is a speculation here again, but because of the AI development and all the AI that's going on, these cards are actually very, very good, and you can actually utilize or make them into kind of like an AI cards, and might want to use them for servers and things like that, because you might be seeing that the Nvidia H100 cards, or what they're called again, I think the H100, and all of these Nvidia H100 GPUs are all actually sold out, so we can't get them. So a lot of companies are now buying RTX 4090s, which, as you can see, the 4090 pricing is absolutely ridiculous as well. So they should be around $699 MSRP. Look at that. There's extra how much on these cards? You can't get a 4090 cheaper than 1900. Look, that's the cheapest one in here, but that's still like $150, $100 and almost $200 over MSRP. But usually they go 500. I mean, this Strix here is close to £1,000 over MSRP, which is absolutely ridiculous pricing. So that's one option, that the 4080 Supers now are going as well, and everyone's buying them. But then the 4080s should be out there, you know, gone as well, if that is the case. So I don't think that is another option, that people are buying all of these things for like just, you know, enterprise or business use and turning these into like an AI cards or something like that. I don't think this is happening. The truth is something between number one option and number three. So the number three option is this, that actually in China there is a Chinese New Year happening in the next few days. All of China is just ramping everything down, like nothing's pretty much happening. All of my emails, all of my contacts, everything that's happening in China like everyone's like, oh, we're gonna just postpone it like within like a week or a week and a half when nothing's there. And in fact, one of my contacts of the ARB partner cards also said that, look, the only notification that we got from HQ, which is in China, is that expect lower stock just because of Chinese New Year. So they're not shipping out and things like that. So that's one of these things why these things might be a little bit slower to come out, because just China is having a holiday and, you know, we're not getting these things in the Western world. Now, I want to know, wherever you're watching this, what is the current pricing of 4080 Super and if you have stock around the world, because there is another kind of fourth influencer in this option. So if we have the Chinese New Year and Nvidia's, you know, slightly dodgy scheme, because often there is a little bit of that as well, to just marketing strategies to get the most out of, you know, your product and sell them as expensive as possible. That's a good business practice, because, you know, the more money you earn for your shareholders, the better it is, right? And the last thing is the global shipping crisis and the Houthis terror attacks on US and Israel on the Red Sea, which means that all of the ships that come from China can't, like to Europe, for example, can't go through like the shortcut way and then go into the Mediterranean and come up there, but they have to go all the way around Africa, which means longer shipping, more expensive shipping, all that type of things, which means that there might be a little bit of a, you know, shipping crisis going on with the GPUs also involved, and that's why this is happening. Now, the conclusion should be just scalp and buy it, scalp pricing. My recommendation to you is don't buy a 4080 Super right now with the inflated prices. Just don't do it. Whatever this is going on, don't do that. Wait a little bit. This is still quite early around the launch. Wait a few weeks if you can, and then buy this one. If you can't wait for a GPU, I highly recommend going and buying a 4070 Ti Super that I have over here. Don't have to buy the Strix version here, but the 4070 Ti Super, as creators, for creators, is actually very, very close to the 4080 and 4080 Super, but it can come at half the price, depending, like, you know, which pricing you get. Some of these 4080 Supers are so overpriced that the 4070 Ti Super looks like half price. Now, not all of them you can find that by good of a deal, but the video editing performance difference is less than 10% between these two cards. So I highly recommend checking out 4070 Ti Super, because that Ti Super also has dual media engines, the same amount of VRAM, just in 3D applications it's not as good. Have a look at my Ti Super and 4080 Super review to actually see some of the differences in there. So I'd say stick out and wait if you actually want the 4080 Super, but if you do want to buy something now and you're desperate, go with the 4070 Ti Super. Not 4070 Super, but Ti Super, because that one has dual media engines. So if you do encoding video like H.265 or H.264 from DaVinci Resolve or Premiere Pro or something like that, you can export it up to 2 times as fast as like single media engine cards like a 4070 Super. So you might get some increase in there. So I think it's not as bad as our, you know, COVID crisis with all of the GPUs and all the GPU mining. I think there is a little bit of a crisis. There's a bit of uneasiness what's going on. So stick around, wait, and then, you know, buy when you can, when the prices have come down. Okay, but if you do want to build yourself the best bang for buck creator PC, then check out the build guides in the video description below. They're all completely free, and whatever your budget is, there's a build guide for you, and I'll explain everything down there. If you do want to reach out and get some specific questions answered, then reach out on Minnect, links in the description below as well. Thanks guys for watching. Bye bye.